yeah, recording. YouTube. Hello and things.
Hi.
Try and do the wait. Uh, what made your what made you do the heart? What gave you the balloons the other day?
I just did
You were just
this,
going
but
on
it's
this.
not happening now.
Like
It's
super
never
kawaii.
happened to me. I have a feeling it's got. I have a feeling it's like a phone thing, so I don't think it'll ever happen to me. But
Oh.
I still don't understand what triggers it for you guys. Okay, Blood over Brighthaven. I have like a good amount of notes. Is that because it's
Oh.
noteworthy, or was I just actively taking notes while I was watching it, while I was reading it? But good amount of notes. Um, Let me see. So, how do I feel about this book so far? I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty well written, and I think it's got like some like high notes, but it's got some stuff that's like bugging me, and I want to like it. I wish I could like it more than I do. Like the things that are bugging me are like they just keep nagging at me, and it's not like ruining it per se, but like yeah, I feel like it's got like the bones for me to like it like a whole lot, and then I don't know. Anyway, so good stuff. I think the magic is cool. I think the lore is cool. I think the idea that they're like using these like magical typewriters to like the idea that they're kind of like combining like pretty high level science and magic in this book, I think is like a cool concept. I appreciate that. Um, and then I guess even though this is later on, finding out that the magic and the blight are the same thing, and the just that horrible concept of like the energy for the magic comes from just like destroying living things. Super cool. I dig that. That's awful, but in a good way. Uh, Let me see. I think the character development's pretty good. I think the story's pretty well written. I think the plot's been like it was like I guess that hasn't been that much happening. I hadn't really thought about that, but it hasn't really bugged me. I think it's like kept me like engaged. Um, Let me see. I guess it's the actual main character that's bugging me the most, or I guess it's just her. But it's not like I wouldn't just like where I would normally say some person is like insufferable. I don't feel like that about her. It's just the it's just like the super preachiness about like the patriarchy slash like what
Mm.
is it? Is that is she a feminist or is she anti patriarchy? Are those the same thing? Whatever. I guess I don't even really care, but like it's too much. It feels like it's like too much, and it feels like it's being put in more than it should be. Like it like kind of feels like there's like an agenda behind it, maybe or something. I don't really know. And then I think that like the worst, I was already just sort of like fed up in like in general because it was just feeling like too much for me. And then I guess I appreciated that it was like devastating her when she found out about the magic, because it was like, it's like her entire identity, and finding out, it would devastate one. So the fact that she was like almost catatonic, the fact that she was all messed up, like it like made sense. And then I don't know if you guys noticed, but what brought her out of her catatonia about the awful
A
blight thing
man.
was like the patriarchy and wanting to go against the man again. And I was like, what? Like, like what? Like I don't know. Like, um, and I think too. I'm curious what you guys would say about this and what everything I'm saying. I think the other part of it too is that like I always think this, but this book in particular has me like thinking it even more, that this idea of complaining about the patriarchy, it's
You
like
okay?
that it's like totally like not the way to solve the problem. And I always think that it's like hilarious that like that's what women do, and they think that it's going to go away by complaining about it. Like you gotta fix it the way like men established it in the first place, and we didn't do it by like complaining about women or like, it was more like you gotta stop thinking about men, period. You just gotta like kick at, it's like whatever. So it's just the fact that she's complaining about it so much, and she's sort of in the position to maybe do something about it, but in my mind it's like you're not even thinking about it correctly, and you're thinking about it too much, and it's like your whole identity where like I don't know, it's just not interesting enough. If anything, I was also feeling like there was like too much injustice being woven in with the guy and like his whole story, But then that ended up making sense when you like find out about the blight and you like and so like I'm sort of wondering if maybe like there'll be something coming where like it'll make all of this anti-patriarchy stuff make a little bit more sense to me because but at least right now it just feels like it's just the author like really likes talking about it. But it might happen because she set up all that stuff about like him being like the oppressed person, and imagining him being like like the lower part of society and blah blah blah. And I thought that they were talking about that a little bit too much. And then like when it came about that injustice actually like had some meat and it actually tied back to the story, I was like, oh okay, wow, interesting. But I'm not having that effect so far with the other stuff. So yeah, even now I'm like wishing that I didn't even talk about this so much, but she talks about it a lot. So I can't not think about it, unfortunately. But otherwise, I think it's kind of cool. I wish that crap would go away or at least diminish a little bit. I think I'm fine with it being there in some way because the author's painting a pretty good picture of it being a very patriarchal society, and that would suck. Like I get it, but I just wish she wasn't harping on it so much because it's just I don't know less interesting than other things that they could be talking about. Um, it's weird because at the same time, I actually do kind of like her character. I don't find her insufferable, and I don't find her like generally annoying. I just wish that she would talk about that less because I think that she's kind of cool. I think the guy's kind of cool. Oh, the only other thing that I had pretty much done is I spotted this from like the very beginning, and it already seems like it's coming true. And I just wish that it didn't come true, but like especially with this like with this archetype that this book is setting up of like men bad, patriarchy bad. I could just tell that the really friendly man in the beginning, her mentor, like that really good
Bradley?
guy.
Mhm.
In my mind, like as it was happening and as she was complaining about men so much, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like this is gonna end up being like one of the main bad guys. He's super nice right now, and then he's gonna turn around. I just knew it because it was just too tropey and too perfect. And then now that he's turning around, I'm like, got it, got it. Um. Anyway, I think I'm done for now. Someone else go.
No.
Okay. Cool. Fine. So at the start, when I read that it's a female protagonist, she's gonna take an exam. She has an aunt. She has a cousin. I was like, oh my gosh, this is Poppy War all over again. I was like, no, please no. But it was way too cutesy compared to Poppy War to be Poppy War. So I was like, oh, okay. No, this is taking a different turn. It's not gonna be Poppy War 2.0. So I was happy about that. Um, it was very strange though. If you had told me that this is the same author who wrote The Sword of Kaigan, I would not have believed you. Like it feels like two complete different authors. I
True.
cannot wrap my head around the fact that she wrote these two books. Like The Sword of Kaigan was so intricate and like it had so much detail and so much to it. And this feels more like a YA novel to me compared to that book. So I'm still, it's not that I don't like the book. I like the book so far, but it's weird that she wrote two different books like this. And also, since I read Sword of Kaigan, I was thinking, oh, is she still using like Asian characters in the books? I was like thinking, what are these people? Like, not that it matters or anything, but just for me to like picture it better in my head, I would like to know what these guys look like. But then she's talking about like green eyes and like flame hair and whatever. I was like, okay, so these are not Asian people. These are just your typical white people then, which again was strange to me because like she wrote the other characters so well when she wrote them, and now this is a big leap, but that doesn't really matter. Um, Story so far is good. I agree with you on the whole feminist down with the patriarchy trope. And I think one reason why it's so annoying is because when they bring in this whole trope, you think that, oh, it's because like it's gonna be like real bad for the females, like it's like Afghanistan or whatever, right? But no, it's like it's not like she has it bad. Like when she joined the academy,
No.
the most she got was like teasing and being joked about. Like it's not like people were gonna like chop off her head for being a woman in this particular field, right? And the way she makes it sound is it's like that. Like, oh, if she does something wrong or go out of line, that they're gonna like hang her in the streets or whatever. But that's not the case. Like the most that happened was she got teased about it, right? When someone was like, oh, it must be your time of the month or whatever. Like that happens every day anyway. So like you can't really, can you blame the patriarchy for that? I don't know. To each their own. But yeah, I think that was one aspect that really annoyed me. But if this book came out in the 2010s when we had like this surge of feminism and whatnot, it would have been great. People would have loved it. Now it's getting tired and old. But still, it's not bad. The story is good. I like the lore more than anything. Tommy is definitely my favorite. He has more personality than
Mhm.
um, Sayona? Sayona? Whatever his name is.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Julia, I don't know if this is on purpose. You are muted, by the way. I don't think you're saying much, but you're muted again. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah. It's pretty cool though. Her magical system is really interesting that she thinks that she's siphoning magic off this different realm where like there are no repercussions, but in reality she's actually just siphoning it off a few kilometers away in this other land. So it's pretty interesting. I want to see where it goes. But yeah, those are the things that bugged me, but still good. I want to see what happens. Oh, also, when I first saw that, are these Asian characters? The narrator did not really match up because she sounds so British to me with her accent and whatnot. So I was like, well, what's happening? Who are these people? But now that I kind of switched them in my head, it makes more sense.
Are the other people supposed to be like Asian-ish? I didn't even catch that.
I don't know. I don't know whether I
I
completely
thought I
missed
saw
out
that
the.
they were like red hair. So in my mind I was
Yeah,
thinking like maybe they're
exactly.
like Scottish and that's the black
So
people basically in
The
this.
Quins have red hair, so
They
obviously
do.
not
Okay,
Asian.
so I
And
wasn't tripping.
Sayona has
Okay.
green eyes, so again, not Asian. So I
Sure.
don't know whether
It
it's a
does
mix
sound like
and match of.
it's basically like Europe, like Northern European.
Yeah,
And
maybe,
and
I
and I'm
guess.
sure
I
there's
don't know.
some outcasts when you look within that, but it's not, it doesn't seem like it's going much outside of that. I didn't really think that either.
Yeah, I thought I
Oh,
had overlooked that, but I
I guess
guess.
I get they didn't really mention anything about skin color, but there was the girl that she killed on the beach who had black hair.
Mm,
But I don't think I wasn't like imagining some certain race, I guess. But I guess black hair
no,
maybe typically goes Asian, but they didn't really say anything like that.
yeah.
Hmm.
Again, it not that it matters, but I think in the other book she kind of went hardcore with their descriptions and stuff. So that's why I
Yeah,
was thinking,
yeah,
why?
true.
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
Cool.
Me. Um, um, overall, I'm really enjoying the book. I think it's interesting. I like the technicality of the spell work and everything. Um, I like. I think that bitch is fucking annoying. Like I like her. Like I do generally like her. Like for the most part. But when she gets on that fucking soapbox about the other shit, I'm like, girl, please just shut the fuck up. Like
Hmm.
we get it. Like there's only so much I can hear. Like I get it. I genuinely do. Like I understand it. But like for her to feel so strongly about it, and then
I'm
be
sorry
very
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like a thought that I had, I forgot I had this written down. I think that a great way it could have gone is like she's complaining about the patriarchy, and we got that right from the beginning, and it was hot and heavy already, right? And then when she got introduced to the Quinn, it would have been nice for her to see like, oh geez, I am actually in fact privileged, and these people
Yeah,
actually have it wrong. And that would have been a great way to put it. Do you know what I mean? For her to
yeah,
like take
yeah.
that stupidity in her mind, but like she now knows the Quinn. She now knows the Quinn are literally being killed out there, but she still is down with the patriarchy. And I think that once I saw that whole thing, I'm like, dude, I. Anyways, go ahead. But yeah, it is a soapbox and it's dumb.
Uh, um, I think you can be against the patriarchy, but kind of like work in other ways to kind of dismantle it or whatever. But she's a fucking selfish ass bitch, and that makes no sense to me. You don't
Hmm.
help the women around you. You
Hmm.
don't uplift other women. You don't even really interact with men in a way to kind of like throw them off. You're just extremely selfish and think that you proving to people that you're fucking smart and all this shit is gonna like solve everything. And I feel like it's her quest is like very singular, and it makes no sense that she feels this strong about women, but she never mentions other women or anything else. Like in my head, you can still be a teacher and be against the patriarchy, but for her to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be married, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that," and oh my god, you know, like blah blah blah, like that makes no sense to me because you can still mold young women's minds and have them have different beliefs or whatever as someone that doesn't necessarily have to have power or have credit in the magical space. Like her thing doesn't make any sense to me, and then it also doesn't make any sense to me that she understands that women are put in a box and they're pushed down and they're this and they're that and they're that, but she's treating the Quinn the same exact way and refuses to see it in any other way, any other
Mhm.
light. They're cannibals, they're this, they're that. There's no way. There has to be a reason. Like blah 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 blah. She is so fucking just like I don't know. Like I hate the way she thinks because it's very like one track, and I don't think that's okay. I think that's really fucked up. The whole thing about religion where she refused to believe anything else, like our Lord and Savior and God and blah 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 and blah blah blah. It's just like how can you be someone who understands magic, who understands that this was fed to you, and you're not willing to see other points of view or even think about other points of view, and that makes no sense to me. You can't say
Mhm.
you want something but be unwilling to expand your views on things like in some way shape or form. Like that makes sense in my head, and I don't like that about her. I fucking hate that about her. That whole thing where she's just like, well, how can you go good God? And I was just like, this she's like this she sounded like a fucking religious nut. No offense, no offense, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's room for discourse about things. I'm not saying, she just was not able, and that just pissed me the fuck off. So I don't like that about her. I do think she's cool. I think it's interesting. I like that she's smart. I like how she does all these things, but there's just like these traits about her that I'm like, damn bitch, I don't know if I would like you. Like she's the type of girl where like how different do you think she would act if two people got into that program and she felt that way? She wouldn't
Mhm.
support another woman.
Mhm.
She'd fucking tear that woman down. She'd hold all this to her chest. She would not support another fucking woman. And like that's what I don't get about it. So that's my hot take. Um Other than that, I think the story's interesting and I really like it and I want to see where it's going. I feel like you could kind of see already like what was going to happen. Like the tropes are very obvious. Like I knew Blight was going to be created by the Lord Saviors whatever, like the High. Like I didn't know Blight was going to like kill off those people, but I knew Blight was going to be caused by
Sure.
them. We know Barnaby is going to be fucking bad in the end. And he already was bad, right? He was just like, "Oh, it's a curse. It's this, it's that." You know what I mean? So like
Mhm.
all of that's like already I feel like we could see that like miles away. Um but other than that, I'm just like, okay, like it's genuinely interesting. I do want to read it. It does read like a little bit like a YA novel in a way, but it's like a YA novel going into like more like mature literary fiction or whatever the fuck you would call it, just because of like the technicality of the magic and all of
Mm.
that.
Maybe it's
Um,
more like early 20s than like in the teens, but it still
yeah,
kind of
exactly,
reads that way. Yeah.
exactly. I also just like wish I knew more about the world itself. And I guess that's not what the story is about, so it doesn't really matter. But we've only been in like two places: the lab, her aunt's house,
Mhm.
and the study. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wish we kind of understood the society more as a whole to kind of like understand maybe why she felt this way or what's going on. Um, but we don't. So that's kind of like, okay, well, I wonder like what else is happening. Like what the only other thing we do know of whatever happening is from Quinn. Tommel. So
Yeah,
and
that's a
then
good
like
point.
And then, like,
Sorry.
for her to be blushing and like being like all this and like, oh, you're my equal, blah, blah, blah. And then for her to have that thought, I could ruin him. I could send an email. Like, you're so fucked up. Like, why would you think that? Like, you're so fucked up, you stupid bitch. Like, so you're only good, like, oh, that guy. Maybe I don't like her. Hmm. Anyways,
I
that's
think
all I have to say.
I think the reason why you're having that because I have the same thing where you kind of like her and you don't. It's because
Yeah.
the types of protagonists that we just full on don't like, they're just stupid in pretty much every way.
Yeah, it's
she's at
fair.
least intelligent. Like she's making like intelligent decisions, and like
Mhm.
if anything, it's more frustrating when she's doing like the stupid stuff by not realizing all of like her blindness with the patriarchy discourse and blah blah that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But because she has moments where I totally like her, and really if
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
if you just took all of that, because it's so far it's just not helping the story for me. Like if you just completely took out all of her, just all of the patriarchy, even just whatever signs we've been seeing of how it actually exists, like if you just take all of it out, I think the book would just be better, and I would like her
Yeah.
better. It's
Yeah.
done nothing but make it worse so far, just completely made
Yeah.
it worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you could have, yeah, exactly. You could have had her say it once
Right.
and it would have been fine. But like
Yeah.
constantly hearing it is
just
just like
just just to
so
throw it out
annoying.
there, and it would explain
Yeah.
why she's a lone
Yeah.
woman in this big science lab, like just to set the scene, but the fact that she's
Mhm.
Yeah.
harping is what sucks.
Yeah. And then this like weird offshoot of like daddy issues too.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, so are you saying fuck the patriarchy because you have daddy issues, bitch? Because if you didn't have daddy issues, would you feel the same? Do you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that's what
sure.
I'm saying. Like I get what she wants, but I don't think she's doing it for the right reasons. And that makes no sense to me.
Right.
Like you can be fuck the patriarchy and find other ways to do that versus just like having to be the absolute fucking best. That's all. That's all. I think the book's written well. I do like that.
Yeah. Like
So
so far, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So far, it's like garnering like a fairly good rating from me. Like despite all of this, all of my complaining, like it's a pretty good book, and
yeah.
it's a novel idea. It is well written. The characters are
Mhm.
getting fleshed out. Like it is pretty good. It's just, man, it's got like one really really annoying facet, and I hope it doesn't grow over time, but maybe it will. I don't know.
Or maybe it. I mean, she'll come to realize, oh no, there are actually great injustices that are taking
Sure,
place in the world, and
Yeah.
my
sure.
limited scope of what injustice is. So maybe it'll change.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it'll go that way. That
Hmm.
would be like the best case, I guess.
I just hope she opens up her like mind to other stuff. Because I hate,
Yeah,
Sure.
like I said, I hate how fucking closed off she is about things.
but also that was her upbringing, right? Like she grew up pretty privileged, so she wouldn't have really seen what the other side looks like. Maybe that's why
Right, but
she
if
had to
you
cling on to this.
right, but if you feel that way, if I as a woman, I'm saying fuck the patriarchy, they make me feel this and this and that, and blah 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 blah. Right, and that's just like me as a woman. Wouldn't I see the way that everybody else is treating the
Mhm.
Quinn the same as how I'm being treated and want to help that
Sure.
too? Like, wouldn't you have a better understanding of how he feels and what their what is it, race
But also,
is
the
going
women
through?
are not being treated that badly, not as bad as the
No.
Queen are being treated. Like, I did
Right,
not see that,
exactly.
you
Exactly.
know?
Right.
That's why I'm like, I don't know.
Obviously, the Queen have it way worse, but the way she's talking about it, oh, they just don't let us into schools. Which, by the way, they
We're gonna
could
have to
have
be
gotten into
teachers.
schools. It's not like they were completely banned from getting into school, right? Just nobody really wanted to take that leap.
Oh,
Like, would the Queens be able to do that? No, that's what I would
no.
consider is injustice. But the
Yeah.
girls, they could have
Yeah.
joined it if they took the examination. The
Right.
Queens,
Yeah.
no way. So, not seeing
And then
it.
like second to that, like not only like the Quins not having anything. Hopefully this camera's because I felt and I felt fat. Like all of this fucking propaganda talk in like the middle of the chapters about the Quins is so fucked up too. Like and
Yeah.
all of the teachings. And then for you to just be like, oh yeah, well fuck that. I'm going through worse. I got a white robe and I gotta do all of this and blah blah blah. But no. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Right, because when he starts complaining about it, and when he starts getting animated and pissed, it sounds justified and reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
When she's doing all of her
Yes.
talking, it just sounds like whining. And
Yes.
Exactly.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Um, I will say that with Sword of Kaigen, it was like, for me, it really took off in the second half. it got like explosively better. And
Yeah.
I do also remember with that book, I was kind of like slightly questioning and like wondering like why are because there was like this like it kind of had like two sides of it with sort of Kaigen. It kind of had like the war side, and then it had like the home life side,
Mm-hmm.
like that housewife side. And I remember in the first half of the book, that whole housewife side, I was like, why is this even here? And then by the end of it, it was like it needed to be there and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And so like
Yeah.
maybe this is still somehow being woven into something greater, but for now it doesn't feel like that. But maybe,
Yeah.
maybe there's some reason for all this stupidity, but it sounds more like an agenda, unfortunately. So we'll see.
Let's see.
One thing that I don't know how this is gonna get resolved. I also is this a single book or is this a series? I don't
It's a
even know.
standalone.
It is a
It's a
standalone.
standalone.
Okay, cool. One thing is that like I still I do really like how the magic is being to me that like the lore of it is really cool, is really interesting. Even the fact that it has to like tear life force away from other parts of the planet. It's that's really cool. I'm wondering now if like the coolness of the magic is about to get diminished because they're going to have to try and like tear it down. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I sure
Yeah.
hope that they very quickly figure out like a different source to like do the magic cuz like otherwise in theory we're not going to see her touch another keyboard for the rest of the book, right? Cuz if she
Mm-hmm.
does, she's going to have to kill more things. So that won't make any
Yeah.
sense. But the keyboard magic is one of the coolest parts of the book. So I sure hope it doesn't get lame because of that. I'm curious how that's going to go. Yeah, we shall see.
We shall see.
We shall see. I was trying to say.
Okay, bye YouTube. We love
Bye,
you.
YouTube.